Hey everybody, it's Rob. I'm back. We're going to do another Offsec Proving Grounds practice machine. This time we're doing a machine called BlackGate. It is a Linux machine rated as hard. Now, I didn't think it was that hard, but I'm also pretty sure I didn't exploit it the way it was intended to be exploited. I did find multiple ways to exploit the machine. So when they say there are several ways to skin a cat, in this case and for this machine, I think there's a half dozen ways that you can exploit this machine. So without further ado, you can see I am on Offsec's VPN, and I do have BlackGate spun up, and here's the IP address. The first thing that we did was we ran an mmap scan, service version detection T4, all ports aggressive, and 22 came back, and 6379, which is running Redis. Now, the machine's pointing you towards Redis. There's really no other route to go in this case. So what I did was I put in Google, Redis with this version exploit. And really the first thing that popped up was this Nobody CN's GitHub repository with this Redis rogue server. So we're actually going to use this to exploit the machine. And this is a really slickly written exploit. It gives you a couple of options on how you want to take advantage of the machine. We're probably going to go the reverse shell route. And you're going to want to git clone this library because it looks like there's a few things in here that are required for this to run. So what we're going to do is we're going to copy this link and then we're going to git clone the library. So I'm going to go to a terminal, I'm going to type git clone, and we're going to clone that library. Then we're going to go into that library, to that directory. We're going to do an ls, and then everything that we need is right there. So I think what we're going to do first, let's just take a quick look at the code. So we have our Redis folder here. We'll open up the Python script with mousepad. And this is going to require a couple of things. I don't think it's going to require a virtual environment, to be honest with you. Potentially, we'll try and run it without one, and we'll see what happens. Like I said, it's a really slickly written exploit. So it requires the remote host, which is the server running Redis, and then it requires your host name, the IP address of your machine. And then from there, it'll run its exploit and potentially give us a reverse shell. So let's just try this without a Python virtual environment and see what happens. So we'll go back to our folder here, and we'll type Python 3, and then we're going to run this Redis rogue server. And we'll see what happens. I'm going to need to start a reverse shell. So netcat nlvp on 80. We'll go back to our exploit window and we'll hit enter and see what happens. Okay, do you want an interactive shell or a reverse shell? We want a reverse shell. The reverse server address is going to be your IP address, so it's 192.168.45.236. And the remote port that we're going to be listening on, you saw we started a listener on 80, so we're going to use 80. All right, let's see if we have a reverse shell. And we do, so fantastic. So the first thing that we're going to do is we are going to try and upgrade our shell a bit here. Let me grab my Python spawn bin bash command. And we'll hit enter. All right, so if we do an ls, we're in the temp folder. Let's go to home and see what's going on. We are Prudence at BlackGate, by the way. So we'll do an ls, and there's a folder for Prudence, so we'll go in there. And then we'll do another ls. And, and there's a local.txt and a notes.txt. So let's cat the local.txt. And there's a flag. So the foothold on this machine was not bad at all, and therefore I figured the rest of it was going to be a nightmare. Let's cat this notes.txt. All right, set up Redis server, turn on protected mode, implementation of the Redis status, and then allow remote connections to the Redis server. Okay, so let's do some normal Linux enumeration. We'll do history. Nothing, just us, sudo tac-l. And we can run this user local bin Redis status with sudo no password. So there's a couple of ways, like I said, to take advantage of this machine. Now, I think using this Redis status binary is one of those ways, but there's even multiple ways to take advantage of it here, okay? I firmly believe that they want you to do some kind of disassembly and re-engineering of this binary, but you really don't have to, okay? If you try to run this, what happens is you're going to get this. I'll show you exactly what happens. Copy. So if we do sudo and then we run this Redis status, paste clipboard, it asks for an authorization key, which obviously I don't have. I mean, you've been watching me. There's no authorization key to be found. So when you hit enter, it says wrong authorization key incident has been reported. Now what I did was I initially assumed that maybe there was a library in this binary or something that we could take advantage of. Turns out there's not. But there is other information in that binary that will help us get through this machine. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to see if first of all, if I can clear the screen. I can't. So let's just set our TTY to make this a little bit more friendly for us. So I'm going to copy this. So we're just going to continue what we started with the Python spawn bin bash. All right, and then we're going to hit Control Z, and then I'm going to do an STTY raw with foreground, copy. Okay, and then we're going to type reset. All right, so now we have a proper TTY shell. So let's do sudo tac-l again. And like I said, I initially thought that maybe there was a library or something that we could take advantage of in this Redis status. So let's do something that you should know how to do anytime you come across a binary. The first thing you should probably do is if the machine has strings on it, you should run strings. So that's what we're going to do. All right, now I looked through this and there are no libraries or anything that you can take advantage of. I did notice this thing is written in C and it's using pointers and all kinds of stuff. So that's where what leads me to believe that Offsec really would like you to do some reverse engineering of this binary and do some code changes and recompile it or whatever. I don't know. I didn't get that far. The thing that I found in here that was super helpful immediately, let's see if I can find it here. Right here, authorization key. So you remember when we ran this binary, it asked for the authorization key. We did not have it. So now we do. So although I didn't find any shared libraries or anything that I could take advantage of by using strings on this, I did find this, which is very useful, extremely useful. Okay, so if we hit enter and we clear the screen, now we can sudo tac-l again. And we can try and run that again now that this command again, now that we have the authorization key. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to type sudo and we're going to run this command again, paste clipboard. Okay. Now it's asking for the authorization key, which we have. Okay. So I'm going to grab this authorization key that I copied and I'm going to paste it in here and I'm going to hit enter. Now, I don't know if you noticed, but it immediately takes you into the pager, okay? So the more or less pager, I can't remember if it's more or less, but anybody who's done these for any length of time knows that if you have a binary being run with sudo privileges and it takes you into the pager, it typically does not release those elevated privileges while you're in the pager. So all I did was type bin bash, and we have a root shell. Okay. Now, as I said, there were several ways to skin this cat, right? I did run linps. Now, just to give you a little bit of a warning, linps froze again right around the cloud enumeration where it's checking the cloud stuff. But I did get what I needed from that as well. And this machine, it was highly probable that it was vulnerable to pwnKit. So you can actually use Joe Ammons exploit right here. You can download this code, transfer it to the machine, and run this code, and you will also get a root shell. So that's the second way that I was able to exploit this machine. Okay, I've done this multiple times, so we're not going to do it here. But just know I did 100% test this, and this pwnKit Python script 100% will get you a root shell. Okay, so now that we have a root shell, we'll clear the screen, we'll cd root, and then we'll do an ls, and we'll cat proof.txt. And there's the flag. So this machine was rated hard, and I believe it was rated hard because when I look at the lab notes, it mentions doing some programming. And I said, you know what, I'll give it a try. But once I got into the machine, I immediately figured out that it was vulnerable to pwnKit because I ran linps even though it froze. And then secondly, when I did some more investigation on that Redis status binary and found the authorization key inside the code when I ran strings on it, I knew that if that Redis status binary took us into the pager, we could potentially exploit it by, just typing bang bin bash, because like I said, when a elevated command is run and it takes you into the pager, it typically doesn't release those elevated privileges. So if you do sudo vi, for example, with no password, and people can just type :shell. If you do sudo nano with no password, they can just hit Control-R, Control-O, and run a command and have a shell. So you got to be very careful with these things that take you into the pager when you are providing elevated privilege sudo no password, because somebody will come out of it with persistent root access. So anyway, how we took advantage of this machine was we ran an mmap scan. We saw that Redis was running, did a search on the version of Redis, found the Redis rogue server exploit, ran that exploit. It worked great. It's a really slickly written exploit. Got a shell, saw that there were some notes, read the notes. They basically told us that Redis wasn't running in protected mode, or might have been running in protected mode. We did our normal Linux enumeration, and on step 2, sudo tac-l, we saw we could run this Redis status binary, sudo no password. We ran strings on it, got the authorization key, ran it again, took us into the pager. We just typed bang bin bash and got a root shell, and was able to cat the flag. And as a bonus way of exploiting this machine, Joe Ammons' pwnKit Python script will 100% get you a root shell as well. This machine is definitely vulnerable to that because of the kernel version. So I hope you found this video useful. I hope you learned something. All the links will be in the description below. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, criticisms, just want to say hi, let me know people are watching this, that would be great. I do have a Discord server. All the information is on my YouTube page. I want to thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.